What are you waiting for? I mean, you know, I have other things to do. I'm not going to be here all my life. I mean, you know, I may only be here another 5 years. After 5 years, you know, I may go back to waiting tables. You don't know what I mean, who knows? Being a waiter for a long time is very humbling. But I could live with myself if I didn't have a family, because that's where the pressure comes from. You know what it's like when you're not successful and your mother tells you about somebody who is? Did you know that Jack's son just sold his business for $90 million? See, I didn't know that. But I'm glad she told me, because otherwise I wouldn't feel like shit. The fact is that I worked in casual restaurants. I wasn't going to spend 2 weeks training to learn what side of the table that I serve the food and what side, you know, and I what, you know, those crumb things where you scrape. I'd rather put a fork in my eye. Do you know what I'm saying? No. Okay, so my whole thing was charm. So I'm at work one day. Guy walks in, right? Starts doing this. I mean, he's flagging me down as he's being led to the table. So I walked over and he says to me, "I'm in a hurry." I said, "So go." I wasn't one of these negligent waiters who, you know, they come to the table and the next time you see them is at the end of the meal and they go, "How was everything?" and they want their 20%. No, I was on top of it. It's just that, you know, they didn't know that I would much rather be lying down. I'm at work one day, I'm waiting on a man and a woman. He ordered. Then it was her turn. Everything looked so good. And you say you're out of the swordfish. Well, I had chicken for lunch. I don't want heavy. This looks good, but I can't have peppers. I mean, I can, but I shouldn't. What are you getting? No. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll take... Give me... Let me have between the duck and the lamb. Which would you get? The duck, huh? Not the lamb? Meanwhile, while she's deciding, the guy tries to occupy. Says to me, "So, what do you do when you're not here?" I said, "I have other tables." I once wrote a joke. You know, somebody once said, if you're happy, you're successful. My mother thinks success is determined by your income. So either way, I'm unsuccessful. You know what I'm saying? This is Mrs. Zimmerman. My son Brad, the comedian from New York City, has a temporary crown that just fell out. It just needs to be glued back in. It'll take 15 minutes, that's all. We're celebrating a 90th birthday party tonight. I don't want him to be uncomfortable. I'd love to see him get a one-bedroom apartment. I have another son who couldn't make it. As long as he's happy, that's all I care about. Hopefully next year we could all be together. I'd love to take everybody on a cruise. My husband passed away about 7 years ago. I have a problem with my eyes, very painful. Nothing they can do. I've been every doctor here. My brother has Parkinson's. My sister just had a second hip replacement. Most of my friends who lose their husbands are dating. Not for me. If I could meet somebody like my husband, most of the men my age want somebody in their 50s. Somebody to take me dancing once in a while, that's all. You think you could fit him in? Here I am finally with a cushion. And I'm driving with her 6 months ago, and we're in the car, and she goes, Brad, maybe you should go back to graduate school and write your thesis so you could teach, just in case. And I just was like, they will never, ever, ever get. On my mother's deathbed, she's going to say to me this, how are you fixed for cash? Do you know what I'm saying? When I told my mother the title of this play was My Son, the Waiter, A Jewish Tragedy, the next day there was a message on my machine. I love the title, but it should be My Son, the Waiter, A Jewish Mother's Tragedy. I may not be living in 5 years, and I will tell you this. There will be somebody playing me if I pass, but he won't be as good as me. So come see me play me now.